video, I want to talk about something that I think men need to understand, and that's that women want to appear modest. I don't, and I'm going to explain the implications of what this means for you and how you should act. So I don't know if that's cultural, that, or it's just natural. I mean, yeah, over the course of however many years, there's been, I guess, slut shaming or whatever they call it. I kind of lean more towards actually supporting that. But nevertheless, a lot of women want to appear modest. They don't want to appear that they're more sexual than men. Even though they probably aren't anyways, they definitely don't want to appear that they are. And they don't want to appear that they're easy to get with or easy to make a move on. So a lot of the time, I believe what they do is they act as if they don't want you. They act as if they don't want you to make a move on them, or that they are disgusted. In the sense, like, you can even see this when we're children. The women, on the playground say, "Ew, boys have cooties," and they run away, even though the one they're talking about who has cooties is the one that they like. You know what I'm saying? And obviously this isn't in every case. You can't just go around assuming that a woman likes you even though she doesn't. You have to look for other signs. But what this essentially means is that if a woman tries to, let's say, example, you go in for a kiss and then she decides to not to pull away or something like that, that doesn't necessarily mean that she actually doesn't want you to kiss her. Often it can mean that she has to establish that she's modest first. So that's why she's gonna turn you down, turn her head away on the first attempt, so that she can establish that she's a modest woman, that she doesn't need that type of physical attention. So then later she will let you do it. She will actually let you kiss her if you try a second time. And this can even be the case with asking a woman out. You might ask her out once, she says no. You ask her out twice, she says no. But maybe she knows that she's gonna say yes on the third time. But she's not gonna tell you outright. She's not gonna tell you, "Oh, ask me 3 times and I'll say yes." I mean, this can vary. It depends on who the woman is. If the woman is like ultra liberal, if she says no once, it probably means no. But if she's a more traditional, like from Ukraine or something like that, maybe you can ask multiple times. There's other parts of it too, the fact that they're generally unsure. I think a lot of women just don't know what they want. And then, so you kind of have to define it to them over time or help them warm up to you. And so I'll give you a few examples of this. So the other day, I was hanging out with this older woman. She's like 36, I think. For some reason, I almost often end up going on dates with older women. I don't exactly know why. But we were in her car, and then I went to try to kiss her, and then she pulls away and starts calling me, little brother, blah, blah, blah. She said that I'm too young, this and that and that. But then right after that, her mood got better. It's almost as if she got excited about me attempting that, even though she started calling me little brother, telling me not to try to kiss her, blah, blah, blah. And then when I left to go to the bus, then she calls me, asks me if I want an umbrella and whatever not, because she still wanted to connect. Like, she wanted to ask if I want an umbrella when I'm on my way home, and now I'm texting her and she wants to hang out again. So a lot of dudes would misunderstand. I think that a lot of the time, women's boundaries aren't actually as far as they make it seem. So even if she does pull away and doesn't allow you to kiss her or whatever, she's not gonna outright tell you, "Okay, you can do it, but you gotta take me out again." She's not gonna outright tell you that, So you gotta read between the lines. Like, a lot of feminists will try to say, you know, if they say no once, then that means no forever, which is probably true for them because they're so hard-hearted that once they say no, they're just going to do everything in their power to prove that they know what they want, even though they probably don't. But that's a whole nother thing. But anyways, you know, and you can see this, I've seen this in other instances too, where pretty much the same instance happened that I just explained with another woman. And this is even the case with when a woman tries to put you in the friend zone. Just deny it. Don't ever give in to the dynamic that they set up for you. If they try to say, oh, let's be friends, blah, blah, I just see you more as a friend, don't accept it. Because if you accept it, you're essentially telling them, oh, you are right, we should be friends. Because that's how women operate. They go off of what you approve of. If they try to ask you to be friends and then you also approve of that, then they are just gonna think, okay, I wanted us to be friends and he approves of it, therefore this is what's gonna happen, that we are going to be friends. But if you just deny it, you don't gotta be scary about it. You don't want to be like, no, it's date me or nothing. Like, it's nothing like that, but it's like nah, I'd rather not, just be friends. Okay, see you around. And then just ask her to hang out again like 3 days later, like nothing happened. And yeah, so you have to understand that women want to be seen as modest at the end of the day. So if once they kiss you, or once you kiss them, they want to feel like it was your idea, not theirs, so that they can justify that they're not the one out kissing men. It was you who did it to them, so that they can feel modest. It's the same with drinking. Like, I was out with a woman once, and she literally took like one sip of beer and tries telling me that she gets drunk easily and starts like acting like she's buzzed. She literally took like one sip. And you know what I'm saying? I think it's because she wants to justify flirting with me. She wants to be able to flirt with me and later say, oh, it was because of the alcohol, you know? So you gotta understand how women think, and you gotta read between the lines. And the one who can read between the lines and see, you know, see the pathway that you can still take to pursue them, even though they said no. And you can't do this every time. I suggest getting to, you know, a base level of certain social skills and a base level of physical attractiveness, which is probably around a 7 or so, unless your charisma is really high. But yeah, you just gotta learn how to think. All right, have a good day, y'all. Peace. Oh yeah, and another thing that I want to say is that if a woman is trying to act modest, it doesn't necessarily mean she's like a hoe and is trying to hide it. You know, she might. I think even traditional women do this too, even if they're not like a hoe or whatever. Like, I think every type of woman does this. It's probably especially the traditional ones. Okay, all right, peace out.